question or topic of the podcast, we're talking about, is sex important in a relationship? So, yeah.
100.
I've asked these guys earlier, what would they prefer and stuff like that, food or sex and stuff like that.
What? Food or sex?
Would you rather have food or sex?
Food.
Food, yeah. Everyone agrees to food.
Yeah, food.
It releases the same kind of
That's what I'm saying.
feelings when
I
you're
hear
having
you.
sex.
Yeah,
like,
too much of that and you
food
blow
is
up.
Too good.
Food is
It
too
feels
good.
like sexing them out.
Especially if your mum can cook.
Well, I guess I'm the odd
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
out then.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Especially if the person.
I'm the only one.
Also, if you're going to talk, just make sure the mic is close to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm
So,
the
yeah.
odd one.
Is sex important in a relationship?
Yes.
That's very easy to say, yes. But we need...
Sexual healing. Sexual energy is healing.
Say that again?
Sexual energy is healing.
Is that a film?
No,
Just quote.
there's a quote.
From who?
Kevin Gates.
Okay.
Big up.
I'm learning something new today. I'm learning something new today. So, yeah, D, what do you think?
I do think sex is important. Like, it's like, you know, having that intimacy type of connection, it takes things to a different level of, like, just comfortability as well in a relationship. Not saying that sex is everything, but you need to have a balance. It can't just be, oh, you're good looking and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the most nice formal way of describing it, but obviously in reality nothing's that smooth.
Yeah. But initially, when you do see a person like first time, that's the first thoughts. Or
What?
it has no.
I don't know
there's
about
no
you
way
guys.
you're gonna see a beautiful female. You're like, rah. I imagine what it's like.
Just hearing
Nah,
your mind.
it depends.
It's your mind talking.
No, it depends.
Yeah,
though.
it really depends.
It really
Sometimes your mind
depends.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
alright,
I'm
cool.
drunk and I'm off like some
Thank
random
you.
nephew
Thank you.
and I see a peng woman,
Exactly.
I want to rip her clothes off. I'm not gonna lie
Thank
to
you. Exactly.
But in a sober state, that's
Yeah.
not the first thing I
Okay.
think about.
Yeah, but remember I said to you about MLT, right? The main thing is what if they look all pretty, but the pum pum looks like Predator's mouth?
I'm screaming.
You don't know
But
shit.
it could be the
Nah.
You don't know
the
shit.
thing. Like, what if like you're mad handsome and you're
Your things is crooked. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. MOT. You gotta just check if everything is clear.
But what if it's one of those ones where you have to wait? Like, you know, some relationships, like religious reasons, or the person just want to wait.
Yeah.
What if you just have to wait to get
Well,
to that
you know,
point of having sex?
But some
there is
people-
these religious realms, and some people like to follow certain things. But at the end of the day, if you don't check out, and then you finally say I do, and then you discover a thing that you can't get along with, well, that's on you, innit? So if you see a husband or a potential husband and you've never had any encounters, you've done everything how it's supposed to be written.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, some people are believers, some people are not. But you also have to realize at the time of when these books were written and how things were at that time. So, like, if you think in modern day times, you think to yourself, okay, you can follow certain rules, but then if you meet this person and it's fine, and say, for example, like you said, he's great conversation, similar cultures or maybe different cultures, whatever, everything's all good, and then it's the special wedding night, and then you see his thing, and it's just off course. It might be just heading in a whole different direction, and you don't really like that. And now you've just said all these vows. You even said everything to God that you're gonna be with this person till death do us part.
Yeah.
And then you see that thing, right? It's real, okay?
Yeah.
And then you have that loveless marriage type of thing.
Expression, just like
It's just a lot. It's a lot. That's why I said the MOT is important. You need the clearance. Once you got the clearance, now you know what you're dealing with. Now you can actually, you know, you have to know.
with you saying that, and then you talked about religion part as well. There are some cases that
You don't get
as
to
a
see.
female, she doesn't want to. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but she has to get married first before she can even
Consider
allow you
all of that
in that situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So as a guy, it's like, okay, I have a very high sex drive, and how am I gonna overcome this situation? Because I'm attracted to you and you're attracted to me, and then you're just like, okay, but religion is like, the cutting point for her. She's like, if you don't take my religion or my rules or what my morals and stuff like that, then this can't happen. But as a guy, you're gonna like, oh, raw man, I can't
Yeah,
miss
charge
this one
that,
out.
bro. What?
So I
I'm
feel like-
charging that.
So what? You're just gonna be like, nah, next.
Yeah, straight. Like,
Listen,
So in the first place, you never loved her then, because you never
Not
gave you
necessarily
sex.
like no. Not necessarily like you didn't love her.
yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
But that's how she will see
if
it.
for you, sex or physical intimacy is something that is
You're right.
on your checklist
You're right.
and needs to be, you
Done.
know,
Yeah.
done,
Yeah.
and the person ain't giving it to you, then of course you're gonna say, okay, next, because that's
Mm-hmm.
your beliefs. Let her find someone who aligns with her
Yeah.
on the same kind of mindset.
Yeah.
Don't go for someone who you know is sexually active and then try to change them to be celibate because
Nah,
because-
it's not gonna-
yeah
it ain't
because
gonna
because
happen.
because of your beliefs.
Yeah.
Find someone who is celibate as well, so you guys can start off on the same kind of level.
But
Unless
I
that
hear
person is willing to change into celibacy, then that's a different story. But
Yeah.
me, nobody can come and tell me that I have to be celibate. Sorry, but like fuck. you. Yeah.
But some girls want a guy that's experienced. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And the most freakiest people are religious people, the Christian people.
Let's just say
like-
because there's Muslim too.
There's Muslim
like-
There's
people.
Muslims too, yeah.
Everyone basically.
Everyone.
It's like they try and act like they're holier than thou are, but Lord knows they are freaky.
that's why they go to church every Sunday. The heart is heavy. There's a lot on it. So
Yeah.
they have to go and pray and release some of it.
And
you know?
repent.
They have to.
And they have to repent. You know, some of the ones that go to church really that often or mosque more often than usual, however
Yeah.
the structure works, they got a lot. There's a lot going on.
Heavy is the
Nah,
heart.
but
Oh.
I can kind of see where the whole religion's part.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be patient. I can't lie, because if I know like, but here's the interesting one though. Here's the interesting one.
Is
If
that
you-
the case in your current situation?
If you have to wait for 2 years,
Hey, listen, Alison,
limit.
it's your life, man. It's your
Oh, I
life.
got a little story. Like
go on.
Wait.
there was this youth speaker who I met. Yes, I met them somewhere, and they were freaky. When I saw them on Instagram and what they did, I was like, "What?" He said he likes his fist in his hole. I was like, "What?" And then he talks about
Yo, we need
God
more
and
details
that.
than this.
I was like, "What?" When I found out, when I looked at his Instagram and I saw him,
Hold
Man put two and two together and
hold
said,
on. Let me
"I
just
want
pick
this."
up my face.
Wait,
Let me just pick up
we
my
need more
face.
details. Like,
Holy moly!
wow.
Now this is a real podcast here, people. This is real.
Yeah, I'm even sweating right now.
No,
like-
but like
Holy moly!
So-
on the
Go on.
No, but on the same spectrum of like religious reasons, like some people don't get to meet their partner until after marriage.
Yeah.
You know, for instance, my friend, her partner, they didn't meet until it was the time to get married. And obviously they've built that sort of intimacy before actually
Right.
getting like sexually, physically. Like they just have that bond where they crave each other without actually like seeing a ting or seeing the boobs or whatever. So I think not everybody's body is going to be perfect. Do you get it? But
Yeah.
it's when you like somebody so much, not saying you're going to overlook things, but you become like more open-minded to different shapes,
Yeah.
different style, different look. Some circumcised, some not circumcised.
Right.
Some have big lips, some
Yeah.
have small lips. You know what I mean?
But
You know,
does it get you cock drunk? If it doesn't,
Well, when you
Then,
have that
you know.
bond before,
Yeah.
I mean, we in our society, like you meet somebody on a drunk night, you fuck, cool. It might not be the ideal way that you would want the pussy to look or the dick to look, but you
True.
beat because you're horny. So
no.
somebody that you
MOT
really,
is
really
important,
like,
people. Please.
or somebody that you really, really like and you build that intimacy with. I
Yeah.
think it takes things to a different, like,
100%.
extreme.
You know, when you said physically, I mean not physically. You know when you said they didn't meet, is it like they didn't meet physically or they just didn't meet in bed or
They haven't met in person, but
really?
they
So how
speak
did the
all the time, like,
relationship like?
over the phone. Well, it's different because
And how long was this? Sorry, Ko.
like they were dating probably like for a year because he lived in England and she lived in Tanzania. And obviously he flew out to marry
Yeah.
her. Like he
Oh,
knew
right.
that was his
That makes
wife.
sense, though.
Like
That makes sense. If you're like different region of the country, stuff like that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's something called phone sex, and like
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
saying that everything's got to be in person, but in some situations you can't
Yeah.
be in person.
Phone sex in 2023? Oh no.
Well, you never done that?
Changed.
What?
There's
No,
sex
no,
dolls
no,
now.
that-
What?
that's-
Long distance
I don't-
relationship is a thing.
Yeah,
that's,
but in
that's a
20
regular thing.
Yeah, but
You see everything.
Come on, like
Wait, you've never
that's
done phone
somebody's
sex?
wife, you know.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
in
just a girlfriend or a
2023,
fling.
bro.
Bruv.
You don't want to
When
leave
you
no
like
evidence.
someone, you don't even think about what year is.
What?
Listen, phone sex can keep
What
up
are you talking about?
the excitement.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if it's 2023 or
momentum.
or 3023.
Moreover, people
I don't
in
even
this
know how to
country and
have
their
that.
partners in
Yeah.
prison or something. I don't know.
I mean, maybe if they met beforehand and then they went off for a
That's
short
crazy.
period or a few months, whatever, then I understand that. But it's like when you're trying to get to know someone that's in a different time zone,
Yeah.
it's like you don't really know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
just
that
know
long
what they
distance
tell
thing
you.
is dead, bro.
That's
You don't
true.
know
It's
nothing,
dead.
right?
I've
You
been
don't. That's
there,
why I
done
said
that.
you have to watch out for the village bicycles. You don't know.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I've
Don't
been in that
know.
situation myself.
What
Long
village
distance.
bicycle?
No, long distance.
No,
long distance.
distance.
I've done that. Hell no.
Long distance. I would say like 90% of my relationships are always long distance.
Safe.
So I've gotten used to it over time. Like, I
Safe.
remember the first time I experienced, I was like, well, I don't think I can do this. Like,
You're stressing
like,
yourself
and
out.
the
for
person
no
you only
reason.
live.
But there's a
loses
thing
it.
called wanking.
What?
I mean,
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening into a real podcast.
you only get to a certain point, you're just like, yo, I'm actually bored of this.
No, but
But people live together in a house,
Yeah.
and they don't even have as much sex as
That's the
people
worst
who
part.
live
That's the
long
worst part.
distance. Like this is the real world that we're living in. Relationships build up and break down. When you create that bond before
Yeah.
having sex, I think it's like wild. Like
No, it's real. Honestly, it's real. And I feel like long distance, if you can't do it, I think you should be honest with the person. Like
Yeah,
from the
100%.
get go. Not
Yeah.
let it build to the point where like,
Go
yo,
off and cheating.
yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Basically.
you know, he's like an ad lib.
Yeah. Podcast ad libs sponsored by John.
I tell you.
Yeah, because like you're like planning, okay, when we move together, we're gonna have 4-bedroom, we're gonna have kids, you're gonna see my mom, I'm gonna fly over, I'm gonna come see your family.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time.
And then like
Then the cheating comes.
Yeah.
and then you went to whatever club or whatever.
And
Yeah,
the
never mind.
temptation is
Boy.
real. Like I feel like when you start speaking to someone, that's when you get the most temptation. Like
Yeah,
it's crazy.
definitely. Yeah.
But I think all of this is also
Is that-
circumstantial.
is it time up or yeah? Yeah, let's close up, guys. Sorry,
Oh,
but I know we was getting into it.
Aww.
But yeah, finish up your point.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
My last point was that I think it's circumstantial in the sense that I feel like different, obviously, sexualities and experience different relationships and different, lengths of sexual exploration. Obviously, if we had time to get into that, we could have got into that.
yeah.
But I feel like in like the heterosexual sense, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of easier for them to have like long distance or have that kind of celibacy based off of like tradition.
Yeah.
But in like an unorthodox sense,
Yeah.
which is like the gay and alphabet community
That's a whole
The
nother.
rainbow.
relationships,
Yeah.
yeah,
Community.
I think that for us, because we're so overly sexualized, it's like as soon as you go into a relationship with someone who is like a same-sex relationship, usually the basis, a lot of the time the basis is off of lust, and then it goes into like the more less lustful stuff. But
Right.
You trying to say every single person?
Not every single person.
Is like high sexual energy.
no, not every
No,
single
not everyone.
person, but
Yeah.
it's
Majority.
it's very common that
Very common.
Yeah, as a same-sex person,
Right.
when you go into a relationship, there's not really like that celibacy period or stuff like that.
And
usually,
does that differ between two males or two females?
Yeah.
Is it the same energy in a different way?
I think it depends on the person.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Right.
Like, literally. I think it depends on the person because, you can meet someone and you might not be the most experienced, even though it's the same sex.
Yeah.
So you want to wait and you want to have that chance to get to know them more than just, I want to dive in your pants or I want you to take my clothes
Yeah.
off.
Because I even used to set myself this challenge, like, when I meet someone, I'm just going to purely think of, like, do I see this person long term? And then, like, try to block out any sexual. 'Cause I'm telling you, sometimes you girls, I feel like you trick us, you know, when you meet us for the first time, you wear certain things, you're like, and the guy,
They're
man,
testing the waters.
Yeah, like, man, will just be like, oh my God.
We are not subscribing to your games.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. Like, guys are temptation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Girls
absolutely.
are temptation. Like,
Absolutely.
It goes both ways.
It
Goes
goes
both ways,
Yeah,
absolutely.
true.
I mean, you're not gonna wear tights like, and stuff like that on the first date. But I'm just saying, like, in general, like, for me, I just want to get that out of the way. Like, just not even think about. Cool, obviously, I like her, I'm attracted to her, but I don't
Yeah.
want to think of, like, I want to hit that, smash that, and then start wondering, okay, is she gonna be the one now? Is she gonna be
Yeah.
my wife or queen or and all that?
Yeah.
So for me, I'll put the whole, like, do I see her as a wife, and then do I see her like a person who wants my kids or grow together, support me, what I'm trying to build and stuff like that, before even the whole sex part comes along. I feel like a lot of guys should start doing that rather than, like, smash, especially in
Trophy
London
wife.
as well. In London is where, like, it's just. I remember I was listening to a podcast and the guy is like, in London, forget about relationship.
No, honestly,
No,
Forget about
I don't think
relationship.
so.
To an ex- yeah, like-
to an extent.
Forget
It's
about
just
it.
The hope-
temptation.
the hope is just getting less and less, bruv. Honestly.
But I feel like when you want something long term, like if you notice in our generation today, everyone just
Yeah, we
wants
need to wrap
something
up, by the way.
temperamental.
Yeah.
Like they just want the next best thing and then it's
Yeah.
to the next person. But it's like if you want something long term and you actually value yourself, like have certain things that you value about yourself, then you're gonna make sure that that person appreciate and value you in the same
Yeah.
degree.
Definitely.
yeah.
For real.
But any last words before we wrap up? I feel like this topic, and we need to go even more into it.
Yeah, I
So
feel like we need a part
might-
2.
I might do a part 2 for this one.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, guys.
Definitely. True.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See Johnny.
Anyone want to say some last words? Or interesting
Um,
books, quotes,
Hit.
Abstinence makes sense.
apps? What?
Abstinence makes sense, innit?
makes sense.
Wait until you're ready.
Yeah, to you already. Yeah.
Hit as much as you can before you say I
I knew that was coming for him.
much as you can.
Hit as much as
You know what I'm saying? As much as you can.
When you settle down.
Do your MOT and road
Do
tax.
your MOT and road tax. Get your insurance.
Get your insurance.
But what if, like you meet somebody, they just look like the ting,
Yeah.
but they're just
They look,
not,
but you don't know.
Yeah, I
they're
got
just
loads of
not
stories
it,
like
when
that.
it come down to the nitty gritty, they're not on smoke. Like they will say all of this, like
Yeah, that's why I said you have to check the MOT. If that's not the case, there's some MOT cases that can be resuscitated and there's some that can't. But you have to find out what
Yeah,
you're dealing
like-
with first. You know what I'm saying?
Experience, innit?
Experience. That's why I'm
Experience.
just saying. You have to just find out. That's
That's
why
a good one.
if you say I do and there's anything mash up and you don't know about it, yeah, that's on you.
Oh my God.